Hello, everybody. Yesterday, a friend sent me a reel that said, "You take care of you for me, and I will take care of me for you." And I think it might have been Ram Dass that said that, but super important, right? I think a lot of the times when we are in relationships, whether intimate or not, especially if you tend to be the fixer of relationships, there's always somebody who's more prone to want to fix things and work on stuff. You can't fix something with somebody who is not doing the work on themselves. Like, it's just not possible. The whole point, I think it's one of the most beautiful things actually, is that, when, especially in intimate relationships, it's like two independent people that are completely fine in their independence come together to create a life that promotes that independence and growth and higher potential, right? Like, it is not two people that get into relationships and one person is just trying to always like fix and change and the other person is just sitting there on their laurels doing nothing. Like, that is not what relationships are supposed to be. They're supposed to be two whole humans that come together to make an even better whole. They're not supposed to be broken pieces that nobody, that one person is constantly trying to fix and the other person is just sitting back being like, I don't give a shit. So I think it's this beautiful idea that, like, in order to be the best version for you, I have to be the best version for myself. Like, for me as an independent human, I need to work on myself. I need to constantly be reevaluating and growing and changing and doing all of these beautiful things to grow into the best version of myself so that I can show up tomorrow, today, whenever, for you. And that person should be doing the exact same thing, right? They should be being the best version of themselves. They should be working on it, growing, changing, evolving for themselves in order to show up and be the best version for you. And this is not, it's hard, right? Like, I think a lot of the times, especially in intimate relationships, we pick the emotionally unavailable person. The emotionally unavailable person is not going to be doing the work on themselves, I'm sorry to say. Like, they are pretty much, until they reach a point where whatever's happening in their world shifts them so hard, drastically, that they have to change and they need to shift and they mature into the person they're supposed to be. But when you're dating an emotionally unavailable person, an emotionally immature person, this isn't happening. They're not working on themselves to show up best for you. They're working on themselves to show up best for whatever the hell they want to do in their life. Because most of the time when you're emotionally unavailable or emotionally immature, you are coming from an egocentric place. So all of your choices are not for the betterment of your relationships. They're for the betterment of you and you alone. So my point being today is that all of us should be taking care of ourselves for ourselves in order to show up better for the people in our lives. But, and I said this the other day when I was talking about changing, you have to want to be that. You have to want to show up as that version of yourself. If you are in a relationship and someone is taking care of everything for you and fixing and doing and all the things, why the hell would you want to change? You could just lay back and have somebody feed you freaking grapes. So if you're in a relationship where all you're doing is all the things to make the relationship work, get out. Fix it, change, shift, do whatever you need to do. But don't be in relationships where you're the one working on yourself and trying to be a better version for yourself and then in turn for the other person. And they're not, right? It has to be equal. It has to be. It has to be two people that are willing to look inside themselves, willing to dive deep, willing to figure out where their flaws are, where their healing needs to happen, where their wounds are and their triggers. And they need to look at themselves and then want to fix that for themselves so they can be good people in the world. And then when you're a good person in the world, you can show up to be a good person for everyone else. But until all of the messiness inside is not taken care of, I'm sorry, it's just not going to work. So today, think about it. I hope you guys having a good day. Work on yourselves. Be the best version you can today. Love you.